If you're searching for the secret to maintaining balance in your life, or struggling to accomplish all the things in a very limited amount of time, if it seems like everyone else has it all together, and that you will never attain the level of success you're aiming for, then today's episode is for you as we tackle the myth of maintaining balance in life and why you don't need to have it all to live a fulfilled life. So stay tuned. Hey there, beautiful dreamer. Welcome back to the Timeless Truths podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about something that I believe almost every woman wrestles with at some point in her life. It's the concept that everything in your life must maintain a semblance of balance. Because unfortunately, like most of us, you've probably been convicted by someone admonishing you that you just need to find balance. It sounds like a great idea, right? But seriously, how realistic is it? For most of us women, balance feels less like peace and more like pressure. Pressure to keep all the balls we're juggling up in the air. Pressure to do it all and do it perfectly. Pressure to look calm and put together while secretly running on fumes. So today, I want to challenge that myth. The myth of maintaining the perfect balance in life. And I'll show you what actually leads to fulfillment, alignment, and success without burning yourself out trying to juggle everything all at once. First of all, let's address the lie of perfect balance. From the time we were young girls, we've been encouraged that we could do anything. And in essence, we could have it all. A thriving career, a beautiful home, the perfect family, the ideal body, the friendships, the social life, and have it all perfectly balanced. And while as a life coach, I'm all about encouraging you to pursue your dreams. And I also love the empowerment behind that message. But what we mistakenly took away from it was that we can't manage all the things. And if we can't manage them equally at the same time, then somehow we're failing. Because balance, by definition, means everything is evenly weighted. And that's the problem. Life isn't even. It's rhythmic and seasonal. And whether we like it or not, it changes daily. And while you're growing a business, your home may be messy. And when you're focused on your health, your social life might need to take a back seat. While you're raising your family, your other personal goals might need to slow down for a bit. And that's not imbalance. That's just being human. Because the truth is, chasing the elusive sense of balance often leads to more guilt than growth. I can't tell you how many incredible women that I've coached who feel this constant low-grade sense of failure because they can't seem to get it all together. And I'll hear them say things like, I just need to find a better balance, or once I get more organized, I'll feel better. But what they're really saying down deep inside is I'm exhausted from trying to meet everyone else's expectations. Because the myth of perfect balance tells us that the goal is to manage everything all at the same time. But the truth and the realistic goal is to choose and to choose intentionally. Beautiful dreamer, you don't need to manage every part of your life every day of the year equally, but you do need to know what actually matters right now. Which brings us to our timeless truth for today, which is you can do anything you want, but you can't do everything. So let's talk about what actually creates the peace and progress in our lives that we're longing for. Or to put it another way, pursuing balance versus alignment. Now, just to clarify, alignment means that your actions reflect your values, not just your to-do list. And when you're aligned, you can still work hard without that resentment building up inside. And you can rest without guilt. And you can say no without apologies. One of the coaching exercises I implement is to identify your governing values. That exercise is a game changer in cultivating alignment. Okay, here's a quick reflection for you. If someone looked at your calendar or your daily habits, would they see what matters most to you? Because unfortunately, most of our lives are pretty full, but not full of the right things. We say that we value family, but we're glued to our laptops. We say that we value self-care, but it's always the first thing to get pushed to the side. Now, alignment isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things for this particular season. For a deeper dive into this, go listen to episode number 10 of the podcast, where I spend more time defining navigating through seasons. And I also share when I personally learned about one of the best descriptions of seasons in the Bible, the seemingly overachiever, the Proverbs 31 woman. In fact, if you have a Bible, open it up right now to Proverbs chapter 31, and let's take a look right now, starting at verse 10. A wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good and not harm all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She's a creator, refining her skills. She's also like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. So she plans her menu and shops at Costco. She gets up while it is still night, and she provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. I hope you caught that. She has a maid. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. Oh, she's an entrepreneur. She sets about her work vigorously, and her arms are strong for her tasks. I think that means that she goes to the gym or she plays pickleball. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. Wow, she also invests. In her hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. So she crochets and she does crafts. Oh, she opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. So she does outreach and she feeds the homeless. And when it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet, and she makes coverings for the bed. And she is clothed in fine linen and purple. Okay, so she also sews? Oh, and her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. So she probably supports her husband as he runs for public office. She makes linen garments and she sells them and supplies the merchants with sashes. Okay, not only does she sew, but she has an Etsy shop. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. Looks like she is one of the first Titus 2 women to mentor up the next generation. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. And now she has people working under her doing what she once did, and she oversees it diligently. And finally, her children rise up and call her blessed, and her husband too, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. She's doing all the things. But did you see the graduation as she grew from year to year, adding different goals as she transitioned from season to season? Yes, she accomplished all these things, but to believe that she accomplished them all at the same time is unrealistic. I could probably sit down and list all the things I've accomplished over the past 50 or so years, and it would probably sound very similar. But I didn't do them all at the same time. In fact, most of them were done in different decades of my life. So, here's one of my favorite paradigm shifts. Stop striving for balance. Start recognizing and honoring the season that you're in right now. Just like the amazing Proverbs 31 woman, life moves in seasons. Seasons of building, growth, reaping, creation, and rest. You might be in a season of building your dream, of clarifying your goals and investing in your career. Or maybe you're in a season of nurturing, pouring into your family, or maybe even your health. Or perhaps you're in a season of rejuvenation, of slowing down and finding clarity in your purpose and goals again. Every season has its purpose. And when we're in a constant struggle against our current season, it's similar to trying to swim against the current. And that's when we burn out. But when we recognize that seasons, with all of their goals and actions, come in waves, and we intentionally take the appropriate action to ride that particular wave, then everything will start to feel lighter. So ask yourself, what season am I in right now? And what would it look like to fully embrace it? Here's another big reason balance feels impossible. We're told we need perfect routines to have it all together. Okay, like wake up at 5 a.m., pray and journal, work out, eat clean, hit all those action items, throw an epic holiday party for your kids, and don't forget to jump on the latest TikTok trend. For a week or so, maybe that would work, until real life interrupts your rigid schedule. Because rhythms are different. Rhythms are flexible. They move with your current season, not against it. You can have a rhythm of creativity during certain hours, and you can have a rhythm of rest on weekends, and a rhythm of connection on certain evenings in the week. Because rhythms let you adapt with the seasons, and they support your current season of life instead of forcing its control on you. So instead of asking, how can I be more balanced? Try asking yourself, what intentional life rhythm supports me in showing up fully this week? Now, let's go a little deeper and talk about redefining what success looks like for women. Part of the reason we women struggle with balance is because we've been playing by the rules that weren't designed for us. The traditional success models of the 9-to-5 grind, constant productivity, endless achievement, they were built around linear systems that often ignore how we as women actually operate because we're cyclical beings. We thrive in community with connection, creativity, and meaning, not just productivity and output. So, what if success isn't even about balance or about accomplishment? What if success is about how it resonates with our life's calling? Ask yourself this: do I feel peace and authenticity with how I'm showing up in life? Am I creating a life that feels true to who God called me to be, not just impressive to other people? Because that's real success. Now, here's the part that usually surprises people. You have permission to be a little out of balance. Yes, you heard me right. Remember what we talked about with seasons earlier? When you're launching something big, your house might be messy. When you're deep in your motherhood era, your personal goals might slow down to a crawl. And when you're in a season of healing, your previous ambitious goals may suddenly seem irrelevant. And that's okay, because that's true focus. That's implementing intentional imbalance. Remember, when you focus more on intentional alignment, growth and maturity often look imbalanced from the outside, but it's usually perfectly aligned on the inside. So, give yourself permission to be fully where you are without apologizing for where you're not. Now, here's your challenge for this week. Grab your journal or open up your notes on your phone. Here's a few quick reflection exercises to bring all of this together. Okay, alignment. Write down your top 5 priorities. If you've previously done your governing values, this will be a lot easier. Maybe I'll do a podcast on that. Now, compare them to how you're actually spending your time and energy. Where are you out of alignment? Now, permission. Write down everything, this might take a big piece of paper, that you think you should be doing. And then cross out the things that don't align with your current season. Give yourself permission to let those things go, at least for the time being. And now, the thermometer. Ask yourself, what activities drain me? What fuels me? What tasks, events, or people deserve my energy this week? Beautiful dreamer, please don't skip these exercises, because the awareness creates clarity, and clarity creates freedom. If there's one thing that you remember from today's episode, it's our timeless truth, which is you can do anything, but you can't do everything. Oftentimes, the desire for balance is about the desire to maintain control or to maintain the perception of success, when in reality, true success is lived in seasons, like the Proverbs 31 woman. Your alignment honors your God-given purpose in nature, your energy, your priorities, and your seasons of life. It lets you move with it, not against it. And when you're in alignment, you don't need to be constantly proving yourself. You just are. And that's where your best ideas, relationships, and results come from. So this week, instead of asking, how do I balance everything? Ask yourself, how can I align myself with what matters most in my life right now? Beautiful dreamer, don't forget, you're not failing because your life doesn't feel balanced. You're growing, you're evolving, you're prioritizing, you're setting your goals, and you're learning to dream again. And that's what empowered living looks like. Remember, the goal isn't balance, it's alignment. It's living in rhythm with your values, your energy, and your season of life. So, give yourself permission to stop juggling and start choosing. Because when you stop chasing balance, you start living intentionally. If today's episode spoke to you, take a screenshot of whatever platform you're listening on and share it on your Instagram stories and tag me at carolina.sizemore. I'd love to hear what season you're in right now and how you're choosing to honor it. And if you're ready to go deeper, download my free alignment journal prompts. I'll put the link in the show notes to help you get clear on your priorities for this season. Also, like and share this episode with a friend to bring them a little freedom from the pursuit of balance and perfection, so that they too can unravel the myth of maintaining balance in life, while still realizing that happily ever after isn't a lie.